Hello, friends! Today we're going to do an OutTeach lesson about plant parts. Our vocabulary for today are roots, stems, and leaves. Roots are they anchor plants to the ground and bring water and food up from the soil. These are the roots. Stems help the plant stand up and move the food and water from the roots to the top of the plant. This is the stem. Leaves, the part of the plant that turns sunlight into food. Leaves also have little openings to help the plant breathe. These are the leaves. The other vocabulary are flowers, fruit, and seeds. Flowers attract pollinator insects so the seeds can form. This is the flower. Fruit, not shown in the picture. Some plants produce a fruit around the seed, which can often be eaten by people and other animals. And finally, seeds. Seeds are the part of the plant that will grow into a new plant. These are the seeds. Our objective today is that we can observe and draw plants around us and label the plant parts. Repeat after me. I can observe and draw plants around me and label the plant parts. Great job! Here's our questions for the day. What are the parts of the plants and how do the parts help the plant survive? We're going to be looking at a few different plants today and answering questions like this and identifying those different parts that were shown in the beginning with the vocabulary words. Did you know that plants have these body parts like we do? They can eat and breathe like we do too, but maybe a little differently. And they even have a way of talking to each other. Plants send special signals to each other underground to warn other plants of danger or sickness. They use their roots to help send the signal. Today, you'll be exploring plants to find their different body parts, and you will create a drawing of the plant you find and label its parts. You'll be doing a scientific drawing just like the one seen here. You'll label its roots, stem, leaf, seeds, and flower, or whatever body parts of the plant you find. Let's go find a plant. Watch this video of me finding some plants around my house.
Hello friends! So today we're taking a bit of a nature walk. And as we look through the nature, we want to be looking for some plants. We are searching for at least 2 plants today. But while I'm out and about, I may not find a plant that I can take with me. I may only find one that I can take with me. That's okay, because if you have a plant in your house, you can use that plant too today. So the plants we're looking for are plants that have their stems, maybe a flower, some leaves, maybe even their roots if we can get down to them, so we can draw them when we get back home or inside our house with a piece of paper and a pencil. Or if you have your paper and a pencil with you right now, you can use that to draw your plant and you don't even have to take it with you. So you can leave it outside, let it continue to grow, and you will have your beautiful plant drawing that you can use to answer the questions later on. So let's go for a hunt. Let's see if we can find a nice little plant. I see we've got this beautiful tree here. It's got a lot of little leaves on it. But I know that I can't really get down too deep into those roots. The roots are what go under the earth to collect nutrients, to collect the food and water so the tree can grow. So I know I can't get down too deep and can't pull this tree up to take it with me. So if I wanted to use this tree, I would probably want to take a picture of it or draw it right here, right now. I don't have my paper with me, but I do have my phone, so I could take a picture of it if I wanted to. I'm going to look around and see if there is some other plant that I might like better, though. Now I'm going to make sure I'm careful when I'm walking, because I don't want to step on anything that I shouldn't be stepping on, and I don't want to fall, because I'm on a bit of a hill here. I see there's some different types of trees up there, but I don't think I want to go up to those trees just yet because I see this beautiful big tree right here in front of me. This tree's got a lot of little bark on it. It's deep under the ground. And up top we see a lot of branches with the leaves. Now this one I could even get a picture from my house if I want to. So that's something I might do because that's a really pretty easy tree to draw. But I gotta remember, when I'm looking for my plant, can I label all the parts? So this isn't a flower, so there's no stem, but I can say there's a tree trunk, I can say there's the tree bark, but I can't really see the roots, so I'd have to make a guess of what the roots would look like. I can draw its branches and all those little leaves, so maybe I do have enough parts. But let's just do a little bit more looking to make sure we have every plant option available to us. Now I see this little bush right here. Again, I can't see the roots because it's deep in the ground, but I can see all of its little leaves. I can see some of its leaves have changed some colors, and I can see a lot of its branches that are stemming off. That might be another really good option. I don't really have a whole lot of flowers or trees with fruit around where I live, so that might not be a good option for me. But if you have flowers by you, that might work well. Now, I'm going to take you up to show you inside my home where I have a plant there. Now, I can use the plant that's inside my home as a good option because you can see its stem, its flowers, you can see its leaves, you can even dig down and see its roots. So I'm going to climb my stairs and get up to my home where I can show you a little flower that I have growing. So now we're inside. When you're inside a home and you have a plant growing, you can use that as your plant for the questions today. The plant you can draw, the plant you can do your scientific drawing and your labeling on. So this right here is my little orchid. It's got beautiful little flowers, a lot of leaves, its stem, and all the way down in here, you can see its dirt, and I could dig down and get to its roots. Now, I don't want to get to its roots right now because I want it to grow and live. So I'm going to leave that be, but that might be the plant I choose to draw. So find your plant and be ready to sketch because you're going to sketch it, draw it out, and label those parts. And pay attention to the next slides because those are going to give you your questions.
So here's what I found. What did you find? So I found my tree that I really liked outside, and I had my little flower plant from inside. So it's time to answer the questions about these plants. Let's start with plant number 1, the big tree. We're going to pick 2 parts from this tree. I'm going to pick the tree trunk and a tree branch. We're going to compare and contrast these parts. That means we're going to see what's the same and what's different, and tell what these parts help the plant do. So how do you think this part, the tree trunk, helps this plant? I think the tree trunk acts just like a stem on a flower. It helps bring up the nutrients from underground with the roots up to the parts above, like the branches and the leaves. What about the branch? The branch helps take those nutrients from the tree trunk all the way out to the leaves. How does this part, the tree trunk, look different from this part, the tree branch? Well, I see that they're both made of wood. That's one way I could describe it, like in the next question. But I know the tree trunk is much bigger and holds up the tree where the branches don't hold up the tree. They both move nutrients, but it doesn't move it to every part of the tree. The tree trunk does, but the tree branch does not. How can we describe those? Well, we said they're both wood. They can both be brown in this picture. I see lots of brown. They can both be hard and stiff, but I think the tree trunk is a little bigger and the tree branch is a little smaller, a little thinner. And look at that, we've already answered our last question. Can we compare and contrast these two parts? We sure did. I want you to give it a try with plant number 2. So you can pause the video and give it a go. Answer these questions. How do you think this part of the plant helps the plant? Pick 2 parts and describe that. How does the part look different than other parts? So how does your 2 parts look different from each other? Which words can you use to describe the parts of the plant? And can you compare and contrast these 2 different parts? So which 2 parts did you pick? Answer those questions and then move on to the next part of the video. Your turn. It's your turn to find some plants. I want you to go and observe and draw a plant that you find and label the plant parts. It's a good time to pull out your pencil and paper and get searching. If you don't want to bring your paper and pencil with you outside, that's okay, but bring something that you can take a photo of the plant with. Good luck, my friends. And remember, keep going, keep learning, keep searching, and stay safe.